Most yachts are designed to be seen. Nautilus was designed to be escaped into. $400 million didn't go into shine. It went into silence, into separation, into the ability to step aboard and feel the outside world shut off. This isn't a yacht that asks where you're going. It assumes you've already arrived, because Nautilus wasn't built to travel faster than other yachts. She was built to make time slow down. And once you understand how that happens, you'll understand why owners like this don't talk about her. They disappear into her. Nautilus is not built for charter brochures or dockside admiration. She's a private floating residence, designed for extended ownership, long-range cruising, and total autonomy. Everything here answers a single question. What would a perfect day look like if you never had to leave? Her layout prioritizes owner-first living. Clear separation between private and guest zones. Seamless indoor-outdoor transitions. Absolute privacy, even with guests on board. This is not a party yacht. This is a life yacht. And that distinction changes everything. At first glance, Nautilus doesn't shout. Her lines are layered, horizontal, and composed, a silhouette that feels more architectural than nautical. Notice how the decks don't stack aggressively upward. They cascade. Each level steps back slightly, creating natural shade, visual balance, and privacy. Now step aft. The aft deck is where most yachts begin their showmanship. Nautilus does the opposite. This space is quiet, grounded, residential. Wide teak surfaces, low-profile furniture, integrated lighting that never competes with the horizon. The pool is positioned not as a centerpiece, but as part of the architecture itself. From here, evenings unfold slowly. No announcements, no spectacle, just water, light, and time moving at your pace. This aft deck isn't designed to entertain crowds, it's designed to restore its owner. Nothing here asks for attention, and that's exactly the point. But this calm exterior hides something far more personal, because forward, the yacht stops being social and becomes private. The bow lounge on Nautilus isn't a sun pad, it's a retreat. Up here, the ocean doesn't feel vast, it feels claimed. Morning coffee isn't scheduled, it simply happens. Not a viewing deck, a mental reset. Step inside, and the yacht disappears. This doesn't feel like a main salon, it feels like a private coastal residence, floating quietly above the sea. Floor-to-ceiling glass dissolves the boundary between inside and out. The ocean isn't framed, it's invited. Materials are warm and restrained. Natural woods, soft textiles, muted stone that absorbs light instead of reflecting it. Nothing glossy, nothing sharp, nothing that reminds you you're at sea. The furniture isn't staged for show. It's arranged for living, for mornings that begin slowly, for evenings that arrive without planning. Seating turns inward, toward people, not views. Presence over performance. Details stay subtle. Low glass tables, soft edges, artwork that grounds the room rather than competes with it. Lighting is indirect and layered. By night, the space doesn't glow, it rests. Sound settles here, conversations stay close. Silence feels intentional. This is where the yacht stops being transport and becomes home. The main salon isn't impressive, it's comforting. And comfort at this level is the rarest luxury. But Nautilus understands that living well also means dining properly. And this next space is where restraint becomes elegance. The formal dining area avoids ceremony. No oversized table, no dramatic chandelier. Instead, proportion leads. The stone table is solid and subdued, finished to absorb light, not reflect it. Chairs are deep, upholstered, and designed for long meals, not posture. Spacing is deliberate. Nothing feels tight, nothing performs. Artwork stays calm and grounded. Lighting is soft and layered, tuned to faces, not decor. Along the wall, the wine storage is visible but restrained, present, not on display. Meals here feel private, even with guests. No pressure, no performance. This space doesn't elevate the meal, it elevates the moment. Higher up, the atmosphere changes. This is the observation lounge, and it exists for perspective. Glass wraps the space in a continuous arc, dissolving the boundary between interior and horizon. There's no single best seat here. Every position holds the same view. Seating curves inward, anchored around a central stone table. Not to impress, but to slow the room down. Nothing faces a screen. Nothing pulls attention away. The ocean becomes the focal point by default. Behind the seating, warm wood shelving adds weight and balance. Objects are minimal, chosen, quiet. This isn't a lounge for entertainment. It's a room for thought. for watching weather form, for discussing routes without urgency, for mornings that begin in silence, and evenings that close deliberately. Guest accommodations on Nautilus follow one rule. No one should feel like a guest. Each suite is designed as a private retreat. Full-height windows bring in calm, uninterrupted light. Views feel continuous, not staged. Beds are centered and proportioned for rest. Materials stay soft and residential. Warm woods, muted textiles, quiet finishes. Every suite includes a seating area, a place to sit, to read, to slow down. En-suite bathrooms match the same restraint. Stone surfaces, walk-in showers, soft, indirect lighting. There's no hierarchy here, no obvious best cabin. Only consistency. Guests aren't impressed, they're comfortable. And that's how you know the yacht is truly owner-focused. This space isn't designed to feel large, it's designed to feel settled. Full-height glass brings in the horizon, filtered through soft sheers that calm the light without hiding the sea. Bed is facing directly at the ocean view. The ocean is always present, never intrusive. The suite is low and grounded. Horizontal lines, warm woods, textures chosen for comfort, not attention. A private lounge flows naturally from the sleeping area. No separation, no ceremony. Mornings begin quietly here. Evenings end the same way. The bathroom is calm and residential. Stone surfaces, soft, indirect lighting. The wardrobe is walk-in and intuitive, designed for long stays. Nothing here is meant to impress. This is where the yacht stops feeling like transportation and becomes home. The owner's suite doesn't impress, it reassures. But a true residence must also care for the body. And that brings us to the most underestimated deck on board. The wellness deck on Nautilus isn't about trends, it's about consistency. The gym is filled with natural light, with equipment positioned toward the horizon. This isn't a display space, it's built for routine. Beyond it, the atmosphere softens. A calm wellness studio. Then the spa. Warm wood, stone floors, sauna, steam, and treatment rooms arranged to slow the body down, not stimulate it. Lighting stays low, sound disappears. This is wellness designed for longevity. Nearby, the private cinema offers a different kind of reset. Dark, acoustically tuned, comfort first. Films here feel less like entertainment and more like ritual. Nothing on this deck is indulgent. It's maintenance. Wellness here isn't luxury. It's how control and wealth is preserved. The bridge is professional, restrained, and calm. Technology is present, but never overwhelming. Sightlines are clear. Controls are logical. This is a workspace built for confidence, not drama. A great bridge doesn't impress owners, it reassures them. Above everything else on Nautilus is the sundeck. Not a party deck, not a spectacle. A private, open-air living room, elevated above noise, movement, and expectation. The layout is deliberate. Deep, curved seating wraps the perimeter, creating a natural sense of enclosure. You're outside, but never exposed. Conversation happens easily here. So does silence. A full-service bar is built into the architecture, present but never dominant. Dining sits nearby, positioned for lunches that stretch and evenings that arrive without announcement. Then, the focal point. A large-format outdoor screen, seamlessly integrated into the structure. By day, it disappears. The deck feels architectural, calm, uninterrupted. By night, it transforms. The space becomes a private cinema beneath the stars. Sound is controlled, lighting drops away. The ocean remains part of the experience, not a distraction from it. Nothing here is designed to impress guests. Everything is designed to suit an owner who already knows how they want to live. From this height, the yacht doesn't feel large. It feels composed. This isn't entertainment designed to perform, it's entertainment designed to belong. And that confidence defines the entire yacht. Nautilus is not built to impress the world. She's built to remove it. At $400 million, this yacht doesn't buy extravagance. It buys peace, control, and permanence. And for the people she's designed for, that's the greatest luxury of all.